Make sure you tap that bell so you never miss a video.
Team deathmatch. Enemy threats in the AO. Weapons hot. Throwing grenade. We're in the lead.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is BIGFRY, and today I want to talk to you guys about Insurgency Sandstorm versus Call of Duty. I'm not talking about the comparison of the studios. It's almost impossible to compare an indie developer to the mega millions upon millions that is Activision and Infinity Ward. But I'm more talking about where I am at with Insurgency Sandstorm going into this, what I feel is a resurgence of the Call of Duty era, the first-person shooter, bringing realism, or at least a version of realism, to the AAA space, which is something that we haven't seen in quite a long time. What's crazy is when I think about that, and I think of a lot of the things that Insurgency does better, this might be an interesting video. Now that I've had time with the beta, this is on PlayStation, of course, and then obviously Insurgency will be coming to consoles sometime in the next couple of years. Insurgency does a lot of things better, and I wanted to get into it here a little bit. I think Insurgency, for the most part, actually has better gunplay in terms of how it feels with the recoil on mouse and keyboard. I think that the hip fire in Insurgency Sandstorm is top notch, 100%. The recoil makes sense. Like, if you're ADSing, it's obviously more accurate, but the hip fire makes sense to me. And I think that's what a lot of these AAA games tend to get wrong, is when you're not ADSing, I feel like the person can still shoot a gun if it's shoulder, but not like looking into a scope. And I understand it might be for a game balance reason. I also understand that Call of Duty isn't on the same scope of like realism that Insurgency was going for. But I think both of these in their own rights, like when I play Insurgency, I always get people comparing it to Call of Duty. Like, why are you playing it like COD? Because I do like a faster paced tactical experience. And I think that's why both of these games are like right up my alley. But gunplay in Insurgency feels way better. The gun feels like an extension of yourself when you're in there, and there's really no other way to describe it other than that. It just feels very natural in every state that you're in, whether it's, you know, crouching and ADSing, hip fire. It just all flows and feels really good. Sound design, when we're talking about the guns and the explosions, Insurgency has some of the best sound design that I've ever seen, or I should say heard, in a video game. And I was watching this documentary from The Escapist. There's a 3-part documentary. I strongly urge you guys to go watch it. The sound designer has never shot a gun in his life, which when I heard that, I was like, this dude is an absolute genius to nail the fidelity of the different weapons and the casings hitting the ground, the footsteps, the yells, everything just comes together so well in Insurgency, much more so than Call of Duty. I really think that like the biggest reason that I'm excited about playing Modern Warfare right now over Insurgency Sandstorm is the fact that I'm just getting new content. I've been playing the same maps on Sandstorm forever. You know, Summit, Crossing, like just Firefight, running the same lanes all day, every day for what feels like forever. So I think it's now just like I'm looking at another game that kind of gives me the same kind of feel, especially when you're playing realism. At least there's something new, right? And I feel like once I jump into Modern Warfare, and I hope you guys enjoy the videos, because I really want to give you guys a lot of Modern Warfare content. Once I jump into there and maybe take a little bit of a step back from Sandstorm and let them start dropping more maps, because I think right now they have like 8 or 9. I think like pulling my foot off the gas with Sandstorm, because like I've been on them. I've brought in a lot of criticisms to the developers. I love them. Love the whole team over there and everything that they do. But I've definitely brought in a lot of criticism in terms of the post-launch silence and stuff like that. And just the map flow and the content production. It always just kind of felt a little lacking. Watching that documentary really opened my eyes. Like I'm sitting here, and before I watched this 3rd episode of this Escapist documentary, I was sitting here like, man, I wish they would just get more content. And after hearing their thoughts on the production and when things go right and wrong, I'm more of on the fence of, I'm just going to let them do their thing. I know how they handle post-launch support. I saw it with Source, and if they can continue that level of post-launch content, I'll be fine. But I just think I need to take my foot off the gas here and focus on other things while they get that content that I'm looking for up and going. Obviously, I'm not sitting here being like, make it for me, but that's how I feel. That's what I want out of the game, and right now I'm just not getting it. And instead of taking it to them and being like, fucking do this, I'd rather just sit back at this point, play other games now that we have Modern Warfare coming out, and see what happens. And like, obviously this video wasn't going to be a direct comparison, Insurgency Sandstorm versus Call of Duty, because obviously it's impossible to compare the two based on budget and team size. It's insane. But just like for me, where I'm sitting as a content creator, as a huge proponent for Sandstorm and their competitive scene, which at this point is now dying, this is kind of a comparison of like where I am with both games at the current moment. Like, I love me some Sandstorm, and like I said, I would urge you guys to go watch that documentary. I'm going to have it linked below. Definitely an eye-opener. I think instead of getting at them and being like, come on, like, fucking do this, I think I just need to take a step back, chill, and play some other games. Honestly, I've been feeling this way for a while. I just haven't had a game to play, man. Like, Squad was kind of that thing for a while, and World War III is just like, I don't even know what's going on with that game at this point. I'm really just in a lull for these like indie shooters, man, because at the end of the day, once you play them enough, the content starts to dry up real fast, and obviously they don't have the resources to just keep throwing out maps and maps and maps, and it's just something that I have to just realize, you know. I think I've gotten 180 or 200 hours out of Sandstorm at this point, and for a game that costs $24, I'm totally fine with that. I think I've gotten a lot of good experiences out of it. I just wish the game was in a better state, like player count wise. I would love to see more people playing the competitive mode. I don't know how much Call of Duty is going to affect this, but I think at this point I just need to kind of chill. Maybe give you guys updates when there's new like content. Like if they drop a map or drop a patch that you guys want to hear about, maybe that's where we just kind of put it at this point. I really want it to be like the Insurgency Sandstorm full-time content creator, but there's not enough meat on the bone there at this point to really dive in and do that. That's why you don't see full-time Insurgency Sandstorm content creators, because there's just not enough there yet. And maybe in 2 or 3 years, the game goes down in price or goes on sale, player base spikes up, a lot of content being put out by the dev team, it might change, but at this current moment, I just gotta chill a little bit. Let me know what you guys think down below. Again, not the Insurgency Sandstorm on the channel by a long shot. I love NWI, everything they've done for me. Call of Duty is out now, and yeah, just a lot of things on my mind lately about games that I'm playing. As a full-time content creator, I can't play games like Squad for 8 to 10 hours a day on Twitch. I just can't. Modern Warfare, I want to play full-time, but I also don't want to get burned out so fucking hard that I'm in the same boat, say 3 months from now. So I got to find a good balance. I got to find a game that, or at least a rotation of games that I can enjoy, that has a thriving player base and also is kind of close to what I want in terms of like a more realistic, grounded tactical shooter. That might not be a lot of checkboxes, but when it comes to gaming nowadays, that's one of the fucking hardest things to find, is a thriving tactical shooter, which is pretty unfortunate. So that's why I hope you guys are enjoying the Call of Duty videos. I have some more gameplay recorded that I want to throw out to you guys this week, as well as we're getting into the PC beta, which is I think where I'm going to go my absolute hardest. I really like playing on mouse and keyboard on the PlayStation, but I can't stand not having access to my PC, throwing the PlayStation onto one of my monitors and having, it's just, honestly, it's just a clusterfuck and I hate it. I'm so happy to just be in the PC atmosphere with this game moving forward. So that's where I'm at with the game. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Again, if you guys enjoy the content, like the video, please share it on social media. And if you guys are subscribed to the channel, turn on that bell for notifications. You guys know the drill so that you can see every single one of my videos. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching. My name is BIGFRY, and I'll see you on the next one.